This could be the biggest mistake of someone's life, and I am talking about a scandal so massive it will rip the entire town apart. Imagine living a complete double life. Imagine juggling two different men who have absolutely no idea they are sharing the exact same woman. Now imagine a pregnancy test turning positive right in the middle of that massive, toxic lie. Guys, we need to talk about Trina and the explosive path she is currently walking down. Here is where things get messy. We all noticed the highly anticipated arrival of the new guy in town, Simon. He stepped onto the scene as this big shot music talent scout, and right away, the energy in the room shifted. Brooke Lynn, who is currently drowning in her own massive hit and run lies with Chase, somehow found the time to play matchmaker for careers. She dragged Gio and Trina right into Simon's direct path. It was supposed to be a simple, professional audition. A chance for Trina to showcase her incredible vocals and Gio to flex his piano skills. But that wasn't the real problem. Simon listened to that performance, and if you ask me, he wasn't just impressed by the music. He was entirely captivated. He looked at Trina like she was the only person in the room, completely ignoring everything else around him. The professional boundary immediately started to blur the second she hit that final note. Simon sees a superstar, yes, but he also sees a beautiful, talented, captivating woman. And Trina? She sees the ultimate key to her entire future. Simon holds the absolute power to unlock the music industry doors she has been desperately knocking on for years. But wait, it gets worse. Trina's not a single woman. We all know she is still deeply tied to Kai. Yes, their relationship has hit a bit of a wall lately. Things have slowed down, and the romance isn't what it used to be. But they haven't officially broken up. They are still together. In fact, if you look at what Kai is currently dealing with, the stakes are literal life and death. Kai is busy discovering that Drew is miraculously recovering his mobility and that Willow is actively trying to silence him. Kai is literally planning a highly dangerous rescue mission to save Drew from Willow, and he even brought Trina into the loop. While Kai is out there risking his neck and trying to be a hero, Trina's attention is drifting somewhere else entirely. And then everything spiraled. One thing leads to another. The music brings Trina and Simon into the recording studio. Late nights. Just the two of them. The soundproof walls closing them in. The dim, intimate lighting of the mixing booth. The vocal coaching sessions that suddenly turn into deep, personal, whispered conversations. Simon is helping her hit those high notes, but he is also getting into her head and her heart. The professional relationship cracks, shatters, and suddenly they are crossing a dangerous line that cannot ever be uncrossed. This is where the dominoes really start crashing into each other with maximum force. Trina realizes she has intense romantic feelings for Simon, but she cannot bring herself to dump Kai. Maybe she feels overwhelming guilt because Kai is going through so much with the Drew and Willow nightmare. Or maybe she is just terrified of losing everything. If she breaks up with Kai for Simon, and things with Simon suddenly go south, she loses her loyal boyfriend and her entire music career in one fell swoop. So she makes the absolute worst possible choice. She decides to keep them both. Guys, this is where it gets incredibly interesting. Trina starts living a complete terrifying lie. During the day, she is supporting Kai, listening to his frantic, dangerous plans about rescuing Drew from Willow. She smiles, holds his hand, and plays the perfectly supportive girlfriend. She tells Kai to be careful, acting like he is her entire world. But the second Kai leaves to deal with his dangerous mission, Trina is running straight to the recording studio to be in Simon's arms. She is playing with fire, and the flames are getting higher by the second. But that's not even the biggest surprise. The craziest part of this entire explosive theory is that neither Simon nor Kai has any clue about the other. Simon genuinely believes he is the only man in Trina's life. He thinks they are building this beautiful, exclusive, passionate romance built on a shared love for music. He is probably already planning their future together, mixing business with pleasure, thinking Trina is completely devoted to him. Meanwhile, Kai thinks Trina is his loyal rock, the one person he can fully trust while he deals with the absolute chaos of Willow's deadly secrets. Trina is trapped in a suffocating web of her own making. Every single time her phone rings, her heart must drop into her stomach. Is it Kai needing emergency help with Drew? Is it Simon asking her to come back to the studio for a late night session? She has to lie about her whereabouts constantly. She tells Kai she is busy rehearsing for the big showcase. She tells Simon she has massive family drama with Portia and Curtis to deal with and needs space. The lies stack up, creating a fragile, terrifying house of cards that is just waiting for a single gust of wind to knock it all down. What happened next may be even worse. Imagine Gio's position in all of this mess. Gio is Trina's musical partner. He is at the studio too, playing the piano, observing everything. Gio is bound to notice the lingering glances, the accidental touches, the heavy, undeniable romantic tension in the room whenever Simon and Trina are near each other. Gio might become the accidental secret keeper. And if Gio knows it is only a matter of time before he accidentally slips up. Gio is close to Brooklyn. If he mentions something to Brooklyn, the secret is as good as exposed to the entire town. But wait, we haven't even reached the absolute peak of this mountain of drama. Let's talk about the ultimate game changer. The one thing that makes a double life completely impossible to maintain. A pregnancy. Imagine Trina feeling sick one morning. She sneaks a test into the bathroom of the recording studio. She waits those agonizing 3 minutes. She looks down, and there are 2 solid pink lines. Her entire world stops spinning and just shatters into a million pieces right there on the bathroom floor. And that changes everything. Trina wouldn't just be pregnant. She would be caught in a terrifying, inescapable paternity nightmare. Because she has been sleeping with both of them concurrently, she has absolutely no idea who the father of her baby is. Is it Kai, the man she has a deep history with, the man currently risking his life to save Drew? Or is it Simon, the new, exciting, powerful music executive who holds the keys to all her dreams? She cannot answer that question, and the pure panic sets in. If you ask me, this is exactly the kind of high-stakes, explosive drama the writers love setting up. Trina would have to desperately hide the pregnancy while she figures out what to do. But you cannot hide a pregnancy forever. The clock is ticking loud and fast. Every single day, the secret grows, literally and figuratively. She would have to somehow secure a secret DNA test without either man finding out. Imagine the sheer stress of trying to steal a DNA sample from Kai while he is paranoid about Willow watching his every move, and then trying to get a sample from Simon without raising his sharp suspicions. Think about the absolute nightmare of a secret DNA test. Trina would have to find a shady clinic. She would have to pay in cash to avoid any paper trail. She would have to sneak a strand of hair from Kai's pillow while he is sleeping. Then she would have to steal a coffee cup from Simon at the studio. Imagine her carrying these items around in her purse, terrified that someone might look inside. Every single second of her life would become a high-stakes spy mission just to figure out who fathered her child. The near misses would be absolutely heart-stopping. Imagine Kai deciding to surprise Trina at the recording studio with flowers, just as she is locked in a passionate kiss with Simon. Imagine Simon wanting to take Trina out for a romantic public dinner at the Metro Court, the exact same place Kai is having a secret meeting about Drew. Trina would be constantly looking over her shoulder, sweating, panicking, knowing that one wrong step will detonate her entire life. She is living on borrowed time. We all know exactly how secrets work in Port Charles. They don't just come out quietly. They detonate like a bomb. Maybe Kai finds a hidden prenatal vitamin in her bag while looking for a pen. Maybe Simon accidentally sees a romantic text message on her phone meant for Kai. Or maybe Trina just completely breaks down and confesses because the immense weight of the lie is crushing her alive. When the truth finally comes out, the fallout will be absolutely apocalyptic. Kai will be shattered by the ultimate betrayal, realizing the woman he trusted was sleeping with someone else while he was fighting for his life. And when the confrontation happens, it will not be behind closed doors. This is Port Charles. The explosion will happen in the middle of the Metro Court or right on the stage during Trina's massive showcase. Imagine Simon walking up to Trina with a bouquet of roses, right as Kai is pulling her in for a kiss to celebrate her success. The look of utter confusion on both of their faces, the immediate realization, the shouting, the heartbreak. Simon will be completely blindsided, realizing his ultimate muse, his perfect romance, was a total calculated illusion. The music career could instantly vanish if Simon feels used and betrayed, blacklisting her from the industry. Two men, both believing they are the father, both believing they were the only one. The collision of these two worlds will be devastating. Trina is standing on the absolute edge of a cliff, and she is about to pull everyone down with her into the abyss. The tension is suffocating. The walls are rapidly closing in on Trina. A DNA test is looming in the shadows, waiting to destroy lives. A confession is sitting right on the tip of her tongue, ready to spill. One wrong move, one misplaced text, one accidental witness, and this entire fragile double life will go up in spectacular flames. A massive secret is about to be exposed. A highly anticipated music career is on the verge of collapse. And a terrifying question remains completely unanswered.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.